Well, here we are, everybody. Moving on. We have a dance practice, an old one. I'm gonna butcher this. I'm pretty sure Paldogangsan. Yeah, I probably butchered that. But anyway, I actually really like dance practices because, especially BTS, because that's self-evident. Let's check it out. Ah, this is interesting. That's cool. I think there's a lot of interesting things about this particular song. And actually, it kind of struck me while we were listening to this. I kind of realized that obviously, as artists, as dancers, you're going to evolve, especially after so many years. But I think the thing that's so interesting is the fact that when they first started off, I feel like personally, I think that this is safe to say that they were definitely a little bit more of a hip hop group. You know, they were a little bit more with the hard hitting songs, a little bit more hip hop, a little bit more rough around the edges, and they kind of wanted to portray that image a little bit more. In any case, the one thing that I think is kind of interesting with these older songs, and it being a little bit more hip hop focused, the thing that I find so interesting is how they always make sure that the person whose next part is always up front. And they have really interesting breakaways to get the person to the front. And it's a little bit more in formation, but there is still some shaping. At the same time, I think the other thing that I find really interesting about this is I find that they always have this like lead up to a big spot. So it's almost like a relay race. Or not a relay race, relay dance, my goodness. And, you know, that's a kind of an interesting way to go about it because it definitely helps you with being able to do more line distribution for your artists. And, you know, I feel like that they've always been pretty decent with the line distribution in BTS. So you can already kind of tell they're starting to give you these small little hints that they're leading up to something a little bit more, I would say, for the big spot. Little rap battle. That's kind of fun. Making sure that he's still up front. See, there's those little hints going throughout, and then obviously there's just kind of this point where yeah, we go back to the rap battle. Boom. Whole new crew. All the backup dancers come in. Some heavy hip-hop relay here. Now they're starting to kind of spread off and give you that shape. Again, I think the reason why I think this is kind of interesting is, one, they're always willing to kind of do these spots, but I think it's also like that precursor, the building blocks to some of those crazy choreographies that we kind of do end up seeing them do that's a little bit more down the waist, a little bit more intricate, you know, the Black Swans and the, you know, songs like that have just kind of these really intense, I mean, even like Dionysus, way more like intense and intricate shaping in your choreography. But it's kind of cool because you can kind of see the idea from the very beginning. This is, like I said, kind of the foundations first and foremost. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. The song's definitely, like I said, more hip-hop heavy, so can't really comment on the vocals. But anyway, let me know what y'all think about this. We'll discuss this down in the comments below. Thank you, and dulce para kilum.